Hello everyone, Vitoze32 here, back again with a little, perhaps, V-mail. I think they have changing the title of this weekly mail series. We'll see what I end up using. Anyway, Happy New Year to everyone. We all had a good New Year and are off to a good start. I got a lot of mail. I got a bunch of stuff to end off the year and a bunch more stuff to start off the year. And we'll start with decks. I got decks, I got games, I got expansions, all sorts of stuff. First of all, we have some decks here that I got on eBay. These are some bicycle rider-backs. I know, rider-backs. And as I throw one away, of course I am, they are in red, blue, and black. These are put out in Japan by Matsui Games. Matsui Gaming, you've seen, who does a lot of the Japanese releases with Bicycle. And they're just rider-backs. The main difference being that they have, and I'll show you on this one, they have the Joker on the tuck case as opposed to the usual spade pip. Don't know what inspired him to do that, but yeah. You can get them on eBay if you want. They're a little bit pricey for rider-backs, but they're not too bad, I guess. I mean, 17, 18 bucks each, I think. So yeah, a little bit pricey. Then I got a couple of decks from Kickstarter. The first one is from Midnight Cards. It's the new Draconian Crimson. This is the black edition, the standard edition. There's also one that comes with just a red on red tuck case that's limited. But I got the standard one because why not? It's very nice looking. Foil on the box, foil on the cards. Very nice. And then I got one more deck from Kickstarter. It finally showed up. And this is one from one of the only sponsors I got on the channel. Sort of sponsor, I guess. Card Addiction. Make sure you stay addicted, or perhaps don't. And this is very new bicycle rider-back neon cool blue. Pretty nice. It came with a plastic protective case. There's also a bunch of other extras here. There's some extra cards, a couple of extra aces of spades. The colors on the backs are a little bit different. I don't know if one was like a misprint, and then the other one was the actual color, I guess. There's also another card here, a King of Diamonds. It's very nice, nice custom artwork. And there's also a nice Queen of Hearts sticker. Just missed out on the stretch goal for the another sticker, I think. And he also sent me this little bottle with a card in it. Very cool. The card is something like a 6 or 8 of hearts. I can't really tell. But yeah, pretty cool. You sent me this before one of the other projects too. One or two. So that's it for playing cards this week. Then we got lots and lots of games and expansions. First, I'll mention this one, which I got from I don't remember the name of the website, unfortunately. But it will be in the description. Let's see if it says the name here of the company somewhere. Oh, wait, I remember now. It's Postmark Games. Postmark Games. Link will be in the description. This is a print and play game called 52 Realms. And you print off this map. There's actually 2 maps and the rules for them. It's a dungeon crawling solo game. And all you need, aside from this and the rules, is a deck of cards. And I think I may have just 1 or 2 or 3 kicking around, you know, just somewhere. I don't know where. Then I got a ton of games and expansions. Let's go to Kickstarter here again. I got an expansion for Zoo King, a really cool game that I got before. It came with a few things here. We got this, the main expansion, Zoo Lights. Zoo King is a game that's all about managing a zoo and getting different types of animals and personnel and stuff like that and trying to make money. This is a 28 card mini expansion. But there was also a couple of additional expansions in here. Volume 1. These are the Zoo King icons. You got Volume 1, Down Under. Volume 2, After Hours. Don't worry, it's not X-rated or anything like that. And there's also a little sticker, one of them like mascots, and there's also some additional promo cards. I think there's 2 in this one, and there's this one here. It came in a sleeve for some reason. Not complaining. And what looks like a bookmark, also advertising. So yeah, it's a really cool game in my opinion. Then I got a big game here. I got from Board Game Bandit. The Canadian website link will be in the description. This is Mats of the Century. It's a chess themed game, but it's not chess. From Deep Print Games and Capstone Games. This came out last year, or actually technically 2023. Last year, it's now 2024. I remember that. This is based on the real life championship series between I think it was Boris Spassky and Robbie Fischer. Bobby Fischer, so I said Robbie. Bobby Fischer. So that's how much I know about that. I can't even say the name correctly. But it's a pretty cool game with some chess pieces and a bit of a board, and you're playing cards to try to gain control, and it's supposed to depict the whole thing. There's even a whole book on the history of everything. It's really nicely done. And then we have another bigger game here. We'll look at this is Cat Packs, and this is from All or None Games. I got it on GameFound. Originally it was on Kickstarter, and it's a cool game that is about collecting these cards and laying them out in a tableau, and you gotta match the sides. Every side has a different type of pattern to it. You gotta match because certain cats don't get along with other cats, you know. And basically, you're trying to get catnip, trying to get power and other stuff to score the most points and win the game. It's pretty cool. Now, I was supposed to get some expansions with this, but they didn't show up yet. They're on the way. They didn't show up yet. For some reason, they didn't come together. Probably something to do with the fact that I did the game found for this with one email address, and then the Kickstarter one for the expansions I did with a different email address. It is what it is. Moving on, I got a game here that I got. Actually, I got another expansion we could look at. These are expansions for a game I got not too long ago called Herdvana. And these are 2 expansions. They were pricey, in my opinion, for expansions, but they're basically each a deck of cards. First one is Objective Insanity, which I guess adds objectives and some other cards. You're trying to achieve objectives. And then the other one is Miscellaneous Creatures. Yes, miscellaneous, not miscellaneous. And it is just cards, mythological type creatures, like dragons and stuff, that add special abilities for different cards, and yeah, it seems pretty cool. Then, I got a little game here that I got from classofcorgi.com. It's Class of Corgi. It's a little ladder climbing game where each card you play has a different rule. Small problem is there's no reference card for each for the players to have to identify what each card does, and it doesn't have any symbols or anything like that on the cards to tell you what they do. So you got to look at the rules and try to remember everything. So, it could be better, but it's not bad. And then I got some games from Kickstarter here. We'll look at. These are from a little Canadian company called Firestarter Games. And the first one, I have a video coming up in a few weeks. The other 2 will be next month. And this one is Masters of Maple Syrup. These all just came out from Kickstarter just, recently. Obviously, I just got them. And this is a game where you and another player, it's a 2-player game, are producing maple syrup and basically try to get the most points for the end, which will happen once one player has 10 cards in front of them. And yeah, it's pretty cool. You're going to be drafting trees, well, not drafting. You're going to get some cards of trees and utilities, different things you can use to harvest your maple syrup, and they give you different actions, but they also have costs. And yeah, interesting thing about this, you're going to have some cards in the middle, which give you each player a shared action. So you're going to be doing the same action at the same time, basically, more or less. Another game I got from them is called Downstream, and this one's a cool game, tableau building, where you're going to be building a river and building off of it by playing cards, and again trying to collect different types of symbols and score the most points. It's also a two-player game. And the last one is, I think this is a reprint, but it is from the same company, and it is a 1 to 4 player game called Reforest Plants of the Pacific Northwest, which is a mouthful. It's also a bigger deck, but it's a bunch of cards. You're going to be building up a forest, starting from like the bottom, working your way up to the big trees. It seems pretty cool. I still have to look at that one though. Then I have an older game here that I got on eBay, and this is Express Monopoly. It's a little Monopoly game. You're collecting different sets of properties, trying to get monopolies, and basically got 2 sets on each side of a board. There's a little puzzle board you put together, and it's a nice simple little game. This one came out in 1993 from Parker Brothers. It's an older game. It's out there on eBay in a couple different versions. Then I got one game here from Amazon. This is again older game, 2021. This is The Crew, A Quest for Planet 9. Yes, I already had the other Crew, the Mission Deep Sea, whatever it's called, and I wasn't planning to get this one, but then I said, you know what, it's like 15 bucks, why not? And yeah, I'm kind of happy I got that. Then I got, let's see what else I got here. One more random one. This one is a game that I got on eBay, and it is, well, it doesn't have an English title, but it was supposed to have an English title. It's called Mighty, and that's what that word is. Korean stands for Mighty. This is a trick-taking game that uses a fairly standard deck of cards. It's a poker deck of cards. I will review it. It says, I think it was invented by some college students in the 70s in Korea. And it's, or even before that, it's a classic trick-taking game from Korea. So I look forward to checking it out. It does not have English rules, but I printed them out and we'll go over this game soon enough on a trick-taking Thursday. Every Thursday. Trick-taking games coming your way. Anyways, there is box out there for a game that says Mighty, which is what you'll see in the thumbnail for the video. However, it hasn't been released in English, and I don't know if it will be. So then, I got a bunch of games here that I got from Board Game Bliss. This is from a couple of different orders that were placed, you know, within the last month, and they just ended up getting grouped together. And so first, oh, I forgot I have a little card from Cat Packs. First, I have an expansion here from Button Side, part of the Simply Solo line. It is an expansion, the expansion collection for Ugly Griffin Inn. Not sure why I decided to get it. I keep getting all these expansions, but maybe I should stop. Then I got a small game. This is from Keymaster Games. It came out, let's see, 2021. It's called Old Bill. You can actually play 3 games with this one, because on top of Old Bill, you can also play Old Maid and Memory. But it's a little bluffing game. It's pretty cool. Bluffing set collection. And I mean, it was on sale. It was a few bucks. I think it was what it was on their Boxing Day sale. I don't think they have any left. And then I got this game, Trick Fixer, which comes in a box that's stapled together. This is from PAX Guild, which I got out of a game from recently. It's a trick-taking game where you're going to be bidding on how many tricks you think you're going to win and what you want the trump suit to be. And it seems pretty cool. A little bit more difficult, perhaps, but, you know, we'll see how it plays out. Then I got Christmas Tree, which is a little set collection game, drafting set collection, which is from GoodGameStudio and Taiwan Board Game Design, TBD. I planned on getting it from Taiwan Board Game Design, but because of the strike with Canada Post, they canceled. They couldn't ship it to me, so they canceled. And my plans for having this up for Christmas went out the door, especially even more so when Board Game Bliss, I guess, got backed up with Black Friday stuff, and they didn't get this to me until now. So, coming this year at Christmas time, 2025. Stay tuned. And yeah, it's just a little game with mini-sized cards that you're going to be collecting sets of 3, 5, or 6 to score points. And whoever gets to X amount of points first, depending on the player count, wins. Pretty simple. Then I got Tales on Fire. This is from Heidelberg. And this is a game, kind of a setting climbing type game, where each player is going to have their own unique deck of cards with the same numbers. You're going to choose 3 cards to play at a time. That for your hand at 3 cards for your hand every round. And you basically try to play cards onto the middle, and if I play a card onto this discard pile and then everyone else passes and comes back to me, I win and I get to collect the card. And it's all about catching fire, stealing fire. It's a little bit hard to explain. And this one just came out. It came out in 2022. Then I have Rainbow 7, which is from Ghost Dog. This is the second game I've gotten from Ghost Dog. The other one being Migo, which I've looked at. And this is, again, it's a kind of an ladder climbing Uno-esque game. Not really. It's not ladder climbing, but it is a climbing setting type game where you're going to be playing either 1 card or a set of 3 cards, trying to get rid of the cards in your hand, or trying to get below a certain number of points, 7 points. And basically, it's a discard game, it says, and you're trying to discard cards in different combinations, like I said, 1 card or a set of 3 cards or a run of 3 onto 3 different discard piles. And eventually one person's either going to get rid of all the cards, or they're going to say that they have a rainbow, which is where you have less than 7 points. And if they are the one with less than 7 points, then they kind of win the round. Other players who lose will be picking up, collecting these rain tokens. And once a person gets to 7 rain tokens, they lose. So basically, it's about trying to get rid of your cards, trying not to get these tokens. The 7s, each player starts off with 1 7 and 6 other random cards, numbered 1 through 6. And there's also some wild cards in there. And the 7s each got a special ability that you could use, like forcing other players to draw a card, or forcing other players to take a token. It's a nice little game. And this one came out again 2021. Then we have Star Trek Lower Decks Buffer Time, the card game. It says it's a game for cool, scrappy underdogs by Modifius Entertainment. It's all about the Lower Decks Star Trek cartoon series, which I've never really watched, but it's Star Trek. And basically, you and other players, it's a push your luck type card game where you're trying to work together to complete assignments, but also trying to get some rest and relaxation. And you're working together on assignments, but you also have your own special assignments that you might want to do. And it seems pretty cool. I gotta check it out still. Then we have Foodie Forest. And the Star Trek one just came out, by the way. Foodie Forest from Yellow, and designed by, of course, Rainer Knizia. If you watch my videos, you've heard that name a lot, and that's because he just whips up a new game every month. It seems like it's not even an exaggeration. It's true. And this is kind of a trick-taking game of sorts. Came out in 2022, and it's a game where it's trick-taking, like I said, of sorts. You're going to be playing cards into the trick until somebody hits a total of 10 or more, and they basically win the trick, and then you start again. And you're going to be trying to collect certain cards based on whatever your goal is. Like, for instance, in this one, you're trying to collect, you can see what's like vegetables, but any of the boot suit that you get are going to be worth negative points. So positive points for the green suit, negative points for the gray suit. And you're each going to have 5 different cards like that have different objectives that you're going to be doing for the 5 rounds. It's the same objectives for everyone, but you're going to be using different ones at different times, basically. It's cute. It's very nice. Then I have a big game here. This is from Next Move Games, and it is Tree Society. I mainly got this one because it was like 10-15 bucks off for Boxing Day. And it's a game that it looks pretty nice. It's got some nice artwork, some nice pieces, components. And basically, you're drafting and acquiring cards and making money and trying to build tree houses, essentially. It looks very nice. It's very big, and it's full of stuff. It looked pretty interesting. Then I got some more smaller games. The first one I got is a game called Mino Dice. Also coming out soon as Mighty Dice, but this is the Mino Dice version from Plate. Originally, this game was known as Skull King Dice. This is a trick-taking game that uses dice instead of cards. So I thought it was pretty cool, pretty unique, and I would check it out. And yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. There is a different distribution of numbers on different colors of dice, just to spice things up. So it's not all 1 to 6. And there's also like a Trump suit and whatnot. And it seems pretty cool. So it's basically Skull King, the dice game. Then I got 3 more small games. First one is Mooncake Master, a little small box game. This is from 2023, and it is from Origami, or Origame, how you pronounce it. And it is a game where each player is going to be starting off with 3 cards. Each card represents a quarter of a mooncake. You're going to draft one, pass the other 2 to the person on your left and right, 1 each, and they do the same thing. And then you're going to be building mooncakes, hoping to match as many colors as possible. And because you get points only if you get a mooncake that is all 1 color or 2 colors. And it is, at the same time, you have fussy customers that you're trying to serve that will give you points if you don't have certain types of nuts on it, or only have certain types of nuts and whatnot. It's a nice little game, tiny square cards. Then I have Aqua, which I still have to look up, but I will soon. And this, as I mentioned, I meant to do Mooncake Masters by Aqua. Is a brand new game. And this is from, it says a company, oh right, it is from Sunrise Tornado. And it is a little game with artwork and 2-player game, pocket game, 18 cards, or paintings. And basically, you are trying to lay out a art museum. And one of you is going to be focused on scoring cards and laying out cards horizontally. The other one's going to be going vertically. So it's very interesting and very nice looking with nice art. And then finally, wow, this is a long video. I got another trick-taking game. This is also from Sunrise Tornado. And this is a food chain trick-taking game called Fork Fork stands for fox, owl, rabbit, kale. And each player's going to get a hand of cards. You are actually going to be playing cards into the trick face now. You will tell everyone what suit you're leading with, and you have to be honest. And you will play a card face down. Unless it's a kale. If it's a kale, which is a number 1 card, you play them face up. And everyone does that. If you can't follow the suit, you play something else. And then you resolve it. Anyone who played a fox, which is the number 9 card, it's the highest card. Anyone who plays a fox can eat a rabbit or an owl, if there is one in the trick. If not, you get nothing. The owl will eat any rabbits that are still in the trick, and rabbits can eat kale if there's any in the trick. And if you play kale and nobody eats it, you get to keep it. Every card's worth points. You're going to collect them, and after somebody gets to a certain number of points, I believe it is, the game ends, and whoever has the most points wins. It's when a player has collected 5 scorecards. You see who has the most points, and that person wins. It's an interesting little trick-taking game. There's the foxes, and that is it. Now, I thought I was going to get one more game this week, but it didn't show up. It's on its way. It's going to be here Monday, I would suspect. And then there was another one that I thought might show up. I'm not even sure what it is. I got a tracking number, and I don't know what it is. Anyways, that is it. That's a lot. I got a little bit of everything this week. And so yeah, stay tuned. A lot of this will be coming up soon on the channel. Hopefully, comment, like, subscribe. See you next time. Thanks for watching.